What's happening, people? TLP, the Liverpool Prophet, back again with another match preview. You know what, Joe, as always, people. Today, we're going to be looking ahead, or I'm going to be looking ahead and previewing Liverpool versus Burnley. 3 p.m. in the Premier League tomorrow, kickoff time. Liverpool versus Burnley. Let's see what happens and let's see where it goes. This is going to be an interesting game, to say the least. A very interesting game. And it's a good, I'd say, test to see where Liverpool are right now because I'm a little bit unsure myself. So, of course, going to be giving you guys my predicted starting 11 for the game, my score prediction, and, of course, my thoughts and feelings on the game as well. So, before we get into it, do remember, if you are new to the channel and haven't already done so, do drop a like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel if you are new and haven't already done so. Only 12 subs away, no, 13 subs away from 600. So, if you can subscribe, much appreciated. Of course, drop a like on the vid. Turn notifications on as well so you know whenever content drops. And yeah, like, subscribe, and comment. Without further ado, let's just get straight into the match preview for this game, Liverpool versus Burnley. So this is going to be this should be an interesting game, of course. So if I look at Liverpool at the moment, well, we're in a little bit of a strange situation if we're all being totally honest about it. We don't really know where we are as a team at the moment. We don't really know whereabouts we are. Are we a team that are good enough for top four? Are we a team that are just there and thereabouts? I'm not too sure. But all in all, of course, we now take on Burnley. So this is a game that on paper, we should be able to win. We should be going into this game, dominating the game and getting the 3 points, especially seeing as we're at Anfield. I will say from an outside perspective, Burnley have surprised me this season. While they are probably still going to get relegated and they're probably going to finish 19th, they've showed a lot more fight, a lot more heart, and they've been a lot harder to beat than I would have thought. I would have thought they'd be, well, I personally thought they'd finish bottom of the table, but they actually haven't. While they're still down in the relegation zone, I don't think they've been as bad as I expected them to be. So I will give them credit on that, of course. Let me just take that off, people. That's a bit annoying. Yeah, apologies. But yeah, they haven't been as bad as I thought they'd been. I think they've pushed a lot of the big teams all the way. I think, well, we go back to the reverse fixture at the beginning of the season when we went away to Turf Moor. They made it very, very hard for us. They were very deep, very pragmatic, parked the bus. Liverpool struggled to really break them down or create anything in that game. We did get the 3 points there, but it was thanks to a Mohamed Salah penalty in the last dying seconds of the game that got us the 3 points. So they pushed us all the way in the reverse fixture. Other games that they played against the Big Six, obviously they lost to Spurs. I believe they lost to Arsenal. I think everyone has beaten them, to be fair. Obviously, Manchester United only got a 2-2 draw there. But they have been relatively competitive in the league, despite their league position not showing it. Which it sounds weird to say, but they've not been nowhere near as bad as they've been. I think they have a very good manager. Well, I'm not going to say very good. I think they have a decent manager in Scott Parker who knows how to set the team up, knows how to get Burnley well drilled. So they have a decent head coach. Player-wise, they aren't great. They don't have a lot of quality. But what they do have is they do have heart, they do have fight, and that will always triumph player quality, in my personal opinion. So this will be an interesting game. We just about beat them in the reverse fixture. We take them on again at Anfield this time. On paper, like I said, we should be able to get the 3 points here. It should be a game that we go into and get 3 points. But I'll be honest, when the expectation has been low this season, that's usually when we've pulled a result out of nowhere. The expectation going into the Inter Milan game away was very low. For me, personally, I expected an absolute drubbing. And we ended up getting a victory there. Going into the Arsenal game last Thursday, expectation was incredibly low. I was expecting a drubbing, and we got a result. So it seems that when the expectation is so low, when the bar is so low, that's when this team decide to show up the season and actually play well. When I expect us to win, we don't win. Leeds at home, Fulham away. So now expectation is on us to win again. Are we going to do it? Are we going to get the Liverpool that we saw against Arsenal that actually were relatively good in that second half? Or are we going to get the Liverpool that we saw against Fulham, or the one we saw against Leeds, or in previous weeks gone by? It's hard to tell because I don't know what type of Liverpool will show up. Either way, the players we have available to us, the quality we have available to us, we should be able to get over the line against Burnley. Is it going to be a pretty game? Is it going to be an easy game? No. Anyone thinking this is going to be a 4-5-0 game needs to just, well, they clearly haven't got a clue, because this will not be a 4-5-0 game. It's going to be a very close, very tight, and very cagey affair at Anfield. Liverpool, what do we know about us? Games that we should win easily, we love to make them hard. We love to do it the hard way. And I can see no different this weekend against Burnley at home. I think we're going to make it hard. I think it will be a horrible watch. Will we get the 3 points? I think we will, because I think our quality will see us over the line. But am I confident we're going to rock up and just smash them? Of course not, because I know this team. And have we actually smashed the team this season? Let's be honest. Have we actually destroyed a team in a game? No, we haven't. Most of our victories have been narrow, 1-goal margin wins or a 2-goal margin. We haven't actually just wiped the floor with a team. I don't expect that this time around either. We went life and death with Wolves, by the way, everyone. A couple of weeks ago, before Christmas, we went life and death at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers, who were bottom of the table, who hadn't won a game at the time, only had 2 points, a draw to Brighton and a draw to Spurs, and we went life and death with them. We made them look decent in the second half, almost ended up dropping points. So if we can go life and death at home to Wolves, there's no reason I look at it and think Burnley can't rock up and cause us an upset, because they absolutely can, 110%. Like I said, they don't have a lot of quality in their team. I don't look at Burnley's team and see any player that I would want to pick or pinch to come to Liverpool as a squad player, maybe. But they've got heart, they've got fight, they've got determination. Like I said, I was very surprised at the game early on in the season at Turf Moor when they pushed us all the way. I felt that would have been an easy win for us going into the game. But no, we made hard work of it. And while we did get the win, it was a lucky penalty. Else they would have gotten a point out of that game. So they're not a bad team. They went to Old Trafford before that as well. Now only lost 3-2. So they're not bad, but they're still going to get relegated. Just feels weird to say that they're not bad when they're 19th in the table. But genuinely, yeah, we'll make this hard. As for team news for the game, obviously, look, we know Conor Bradley is out now for the rest of the season, so he won't be available. With Bradley out for the season, I'd imagine that pushes Frimpong back to right back. Slot will have to stop the experiment of playing him on the right wing. He'll drop in at right back. I think Szoboszlai will then again be used on the right wing. It's not ideal. It's annoying. But with a player injured, what can we really do? We have to just work around it. Other than that, obviously Isak as well. Other than that, Ekitike is back for this game. That's a big plus, by the way. A big, big plus, Ekitike being back. I think we really missed Hugo for the Fulham game and the Arsenal game. I think the Fulham game, while I think overall we probably wouldn't have made much of a difference in that game, I definitely feel the Arsenal game away, we definitely missed Frimpong, even Alexander Isak. I feel if we have Hugo available against Arsenal, we win that game, because I feel we just lacked a clinical forward to put the ball in the back of the net for the Arsenal away trip. I think Hugo plays that game, he will bag one of the chances we create, and we walk away from the Emirates with 3 points. So him coming back is huge. Should we need to rely on him against Burnley? No, because overall the quality of the team should be shared out, and we shouldn't have to rely on Hugo against Burnley at home. At Anfield, look, we usually in years gone by, when we play Burnley when they've been in the Prem, we usually get the better of them. The only time I remember them beating us at Anfield was the COVID season, I believe, was it? 2021 when they won 1-0. Obviously, Liverpool had a big crisis at centre back that year, so it was understandable. But other than that, Burnley at home is usually a routine win for us. 2 years ago, we beat them 3-1. So it shouldn't be hard on paper, but you just know Liverpool are going to find a way to make this game a lot harder than it needs to be. Find a way to do anything but win the game. We put in a good performance against Arsenal, but what did I say after the game? It's only a good performance, and it only means something if we build on it going forward. It's no good having that performance and then reverting back to type against Burnley, reverting back to how we played against Fulham or Leeds in this game. We have to build on that positive momentum from the Arsenal game. It wasn't much. It's not nothing to brag about. It was still 0-0. We still didn't have a shot on target. It wasn't absolutely amazing, but it was good. And we have to build on that going into future games, personally. Otherwise, the Arsenal result means nothing. It actually means nothing. So we will see. We will have to see if we build on this going forward, or if Liverpool are going to revert back to type and struggle again. We need to win as well. We need to win, of course, for our top 4 race. It feels annoying to even say top 4 race, because I want to be sat here talking about a title race, but here we are. We need to win for our top 4 battle. Of course, we're right there. I believe we're still 9 points off Villa, so it's not completely out of the realms of possibility we finish third. But honestly, the way we are, the way we're inconsistent, I'm probably looking at 4th place mainly. So win against Burnley, and we're right up there in the top 4 contention. Will we do that? I think we will. Will we make it easy? Probably not. Obviously, Chelsea as well are playing this weekend. Other rivals, United, other rivals. Who else is there? I believe a couple of other clubs are there. Brentford as well, right up there in 5th place. So there are teams in and around us that are capable of dropping points this weekend. So we need to capitalise. We have to take advantage for once and win a game of football that we've been given a lifeline in. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we turn up and get the job done. Like I said, it's not going to be a pretty game, uh, but we should be able to get the 3 points regardless, if I'm honest. As for the way Burnley will come to Liverpool, look, I think there's only one way they'll play, and I think they'll just low block it. Very similar to what they did in the reverse fixture at Turf Moor, where they were very defensive. I believe we had 80% of the ball in that game, which is crazy to say, away from home. But they sat back, and it worked because they were very defensively compact and we struggled. I'd imagine they'll do something similar at Anfield, maybe even go even more defensive. I don't see them having any of the ball really. So it's going to be up to us to break down a low block yet again. And we know how bad Liverpool are against low blocks. We saw against Leeds, the 0-0. We've seen in previous games as well. Low blocks are a problem. So am I nervous playing against Burnley, who will play a low block? Yes, I am, because we don't usually do well against them. But that's how I feel Burnley will come into the game. It's up to us with the quality we have, with the players we have available to us. We should be able to get the 3 points. There's no excuses really. Anything other than 3 points in this game is unacceptable, especially against the relegation level team that are going to go down at home. 3 points are 3 points only. I look at our record against the newly promoted teams this year. Draw at home and away to Leeds, not good enough. Draw at home to Sunderland, not good enough. Now a win against Burnley away. So we only beat Burnley away now, else that would have ended in a draw. So against the newly promoted teams this season, our record has been shocking, and we need to put that right for this game. So a win and nothing other than a win is acceptable, personally, for me. But if I just bring up Liverpool's last couple of fixtures here, people, if you just bear with me, I wanted to bring up our last couple of fixtures and talk about it. So I don't really know what to make of Liverpool at the moment. So we'll go back to the Inter game. So as you can see here, people, this is right after the whole Mohamed Salah bust up happened. This is our one. So Inter Milan away 1-0. A good result on paper and a good performance. We'll take that. Brighton at home 2-0. Not the best performance. If they had the shooting boots on, would have been different, but we got the win. Spurs away, very worrying performance against 9 men, but we got the win. Wolves at home again, worrying performance, but we got the win. Leeds 0-0 at home, not good enough. We should have won the game. Fulham 2-2 away, not good enough. Should have won the game. And then Arsenal 0-0 at home. So out of all of these games that we played since the 3-3 draw at Ellen Road, where chaos absolutely ensured, which results here have been good enough and have actually been good results? I can only really see 2 results on paper that I look at and think, yes, very good results, or even decent results. So that's Inter Milan away, because going away to the San Siro, it's never easy. We know Inter Milan away. We know that stadium. We know how special the atmosphere can be there. It's a tough, tough ground, and it's very easy to crumble there. So that's a victory that I will not discredit the team for, because to go away there, win, and keep a clean sheet as well at the San Siro against Inter Milan, who are doing very well in this area at the moment. We'll take it. I think that was a very good win. Other than that, Brighton at home, not really too. I wasn't really too overhyped about that. The way Brighton play football, they always going to play into our hands. Again, they didn't have their shooting boots on. If they had their boots on, would have been a totally different game. Spurs away, not a good performance. Not a result that filled me with confidence, considering we went all the way and life and death against 9 men. Wolves at home again, not good enough, in my opinion. 2-1, went life and death against bottom of the table, who haven't won a game at the time. Not good enough. Leeds at home 0-0, shocking. Couldn't score a goal, couldn't break the low block down. Terrible. Fulham away 2-2. Very fortunate to walk out of that game with a draw. Probably should have lost the game on the balance of play. Thought we'd stolen it at the end, but I think Fulham were well deserving of a point. Dare I say, they even should have won the game. And then Arsenal away. I think Arsenal away was a decent result, purely because I looked at it and thought we were going to get absolutely smashed to bits. And we actually put in a decent performance. So, out of these results here, there's only 2 results that I think that have been good in this running, and that's Inter Milan away and Arsenal away. First half against Arsenal wasn't great. We just did what we had to do. But the second half, I felt we actually played well. Had we had a finisher available, had Hugo Ekitike been available or Alexander Isak, I think we probably win that game. Oh, and Barnsley as well, 4-1. Again, not good enough, not a good performance. We went life and death with a League One side for most of the game, with most of our 4 players out on the pitch, our first team out, worrying. But we got the 4-1 win because of our quality. So 2 games I look at there and think were good performances. Arsenal and Inter Milan. Other than that, that's not exactly something to be proud about. It genuinely isn't. Drawing at home to Leeds, with the champions, and people are lapping up a 0-0 draw at home to Leeds. Fulham away 2-2. Fulham are having a great season this year. In another year, that would be a good result because Fulham are a good team. But this season, they're not having a good year. We should have gone there and won. Wolves at home. That on paper should be 3 or 4 goals. And we only beat them narrowly 2-1. Again, Conor Bradley, warrior tackle, or it would have been 2-2 in that game. Spurs, 11 versus 11, dare I say it, they would have caused us small problems and won the game. They had more of the ball against us 11 versus 11. They were playing the better football. I think going down to 10 men and 9 men, they played well, and we went life and death with them against 9 men. That's not something to be proud about. Barnsley, I said, wasn't a good performance, nothing to be proud about. Going life and death to a League One side with most of our first team players playing, nowhere near acceptable. Brighton at home 2-0, fair enough, decent result. But I'm looking at all of these results, and I'm only going to say that 2 results here are good. And the only 2 results I think are good are Inter Milan away, where we won, and Arsenal away, where it was a 0-0. And I even think the Arsenal game is being overplayed because while I think it was a good second half display, it wasn't brilliant like a lot of our fans seem to be going on. If it was brilliant, we would have won the game, and we didn't win the game. We would have at least had a shot on target. So to say it was a brilliant performance against Arsenal away is a joke because we didn't have a shot on target to win the game. If it was so great, why didn't we win? Why didn't we get the 3 points? So I feel that one's overplayed, but it was still a decent result considering I thought we were going to get slapped up. The only one then really on paper it leaves is Inter Milan away. And that's when the pressure was right on the manager and the team with the Salah situation going on, Slot being under pressure, and we pulled the result out. So this is the one that everyone is talking about. Oh, it's such a great one. We're 11 unbeaten, etc. Well, just about beat 9 men away. Drew against newly promoted Leeds. Drew against Fulham. Went life and death with Wolves. Is this something to be proud of? Really? Is it so great, Dylan? You know, I've seen Liverpool teams under Jurgen Klopp where we've gone on 18, 19, 20 games winning runs, where we win, 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 win. That's real. That's really something to be celebrating. Not this pathetic one here. This is nothing compared to what I've seen past Liverpool teams do. 19-20 Liverpool, 18-19 Liverpool, 21-22 Liverpool. Those were the real Liverpool teams. Those were real ones. 18 games unbeaten, 18 games, 18 wins in a row, 19 wins in a row, 20 wins in a row. People are lapping up 11 games unbeaten in which we've drawn against Fulham and Leeds and went life and death at home to Wolves. That's unacceptable for me personally, and it just goes to show about the standards being incredibly low with some people in football and our fan base. We were talking all sorts of smack into some, and rightly so because of the players we bought. But a lot of people were talking about the league and everything, and now these same people are sitting there saying top 4 is good enough. We won the league last season, everyone. We won the league. In what world is it acceptable to only be in the top 4 the year after? In what year? I'd love to know. Because for me, we win the league. I want to see us win it again next year. We've bought all these players in, and people are saying it's going to take time. Top 4 is acceptable for this year. So we're just writing seasons off now. Genuinely, where's the standards? Where's the want to win? Like, would this be acceptable at City or Madrid? Even Bayern Munich? No, it wouldn't. So we are Liverpool. We're top 4 biggest clubs in the world, the most successful and biggest club in England, but we don't act like it. We accept mediocrity. And when people are lapping up a run like this, it's just accepting mediocrity. People saying Slot in or he's turned it around. This one apparently is what Slot's turned around, in which he's gone life and death with Wolves, just about beat a 9-man Spurs who are shit. Couldn't beat Leeds at home, couldn't beat Fulham away. And he's turned it around apparently. Okay, people. All right, sure thing. To keep having low standards, I guess. Keep having low standards. Turned it around my backside, man. That one means turning it around, and we're all in trouble. If that is what people are lapping up and accept Apologies all, yet again. YouTube stitched me up and lagged me out of the stream. Again. Not the first time it's done that, but apologies. What I was saying was, in case you guys didn't hear me and I lagged out before, if that's what people are lapping up, if that one is what people are lapping up, apologies again. I just lagged out yet again. Yet again, I just lagged out. So that's twice it's happened in this video. Thank you, YouTube. Appreciate that. But yeah, moving on, people. I'm just going to give you guys my predicted 11 now for the game against Burnley. And I want to get through it quickly before YouTube decides to lag me out yet again. So if I just bring up the stream, hopefully you guys can hear me as well, by the way, because if you can't hear me, I'm going to be forced to do this video again. So fingers crossed you guys can hear what I'm saying. Otherwise, I am going to be in the doghouse. So, everyone, this is my team to take on Burnley tomorrow in the Premier League course at 3 p.m. So, team, it's not too, well, it's relatively strong on paper. So, if I just run you guys through it, obviously in goal, it will be Alisson, I feel. So, there's no need to speak about anything there. Defensively, I think I've made a couple of changes. If Connor Bradley hadn't gotten injured, I would have had Bradley at right back and Frimpong up higher in the right wing. But I think with Bradley now out, Frimpong playing right wing, that experiment will end, and I think he will he will have to move back to right back. So Frimpong right back for this game, which is no problem. I think he could be more than effective on the off the right wing. Apologies, everyone. I think he can be more than effective as a right back as much as he can be effective as a right winger as well. So yeah, Frimpong right back. I think centre back playing Virgil and Canate. No surprises there. Left back again. I'm torn. I don't know whether it'll be Robertson or it will be Kirkes. I'm going to go with Kirkes. I just feel we're coming to a point now where Kirkes is going to become the new left back. He's going to be the number one starting week in, week out. And Robertson just kind of sits on the bench and becomes a bench player. Circle of life. People are going to be sad about it. Cool. Yeah. Whatever. It's just the way life is, I suppose. Robertson's getting old. He's not going to be starting week in, week out no more. I genuinely feel Robbo probably leaves in the summer. I think Costa Simicas comes back in as the cover and Robertson gets moved on with Kirkes being our new left back full time. So I think Kirkes left back for this game. Been better as well recently. He's definitely improving, and we'll see if he can continue improving for this game. Moving into midfield, I'm going Gravenberch and Jones. We shouldn't need to play McAllister in this game. I think Burnley at home, Jones can play, and he can do just as good of a job. Jones needs more game time, in my opinion. He needs to be one of the first one of the first players in the team. He's one of the players that's shown a lot of heart, fight, grit, determination whenever he's played, and a lot of players in this team haven't showed that this season. He's one of the only ones, so he should be one of the first team, one of the first names in the team week in, week out, but he's not for some reason, and that's due to our idiot manager. So I'm going to go with him to start this game, but don't be surprised if it's McAllister again. Gravenberch, of course, is a no-brainer. Had a relatively decent display against Arsenal, a lot better against Arsenal, more like the Gravenberch we all know and love, and fingers crossed he can continue it on into this game. So Gravenberch and Jones as the double pivot, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's McAllister and Gravenberch instead. Moving up top, it's going to be Somerset off the right wing again, I believe. Now, Mohamed Salah, I forgot to mention this earlier on. I don't know why, but Mohamed Salah is back, I believe, for this game. I don't think he'll start, though. And we shouldn't need to start him against Burnley. We should be able to rest him and still get the result. So I think Somerset continues or plays off the right wing for this game. I think Salah will be brought back into the team for the Champions League game against Marseille. So I think Somerset right wing for this game. And I got no problems with that because you can play Somerset anywhere on the pitch and he will do a job. He's just an absolute warrior. So big up to him. As the attacking midfielder, 10, I've gone with Florian Wirtz. Look, Wirtz improving week after week after week after week. So now he's starting to get GA as well, which is what a lot of people were judging him off. So he's got 3 goals recently. And while it's nothing to hype up because he should still have more with the money we paid for him, improvement is there. He's getting a lot better. So I believe in Wirtz and I believe he'll continue to go strong. And hopefully another goal here wouldn't do badly. So Wirtz is the 10. Off the left, here we go. Here we go, everyone. It's going to be Cody Gakpo again. I'm not happy about that. I wouldn't want to play him, but that's just the way it is, I suppose. Gakpo now looks like he's getting back to full fitness. While he's still absolutely terrible, while he's still one of the worst left wingers I've ever seen, he's one of Slot's favourites, and one of Slot's favourites will always play the game. So Gakpo off for left wing again. Be prepared to be annoyed. Be prepared to be tearing your hair out. Be prepared for him to cut inside and shoot all the time. Be prepared for him to be robotic, because that's just what he is. We need better off for left wing, and in the summer, that's something we need to address, upgrading that position. So yeah, Gakpo play left wing. I'm not happy, but whatever is what it is. And of course, up top, striker Hugo Ekitike. With Isak out injured, it's only really Hugo who can play. Hopefully, he can have another good game and another couple of goals added to his Liverpool start. Missed him against Arsenal a lot. Had he played the game, I said it earlier, I think we win. And had he played against Fulham, maybe we would have snatched the win there as well. Who knows? But Ekitike being back, a positive, and fingers crossed he's on the scoreboard tomorrow. So that's the team, people, that I've gone with. To run you guys through it again. Alisson in goal. Frimpong at right back. Van Dijk and Konate at centre back. Milos Kerkez left back. Ryan Gravenberch and Curtis Jones double pivot. Dominic Szoboszlai, Cody Gakpo off the wing. Szoboszlai off the right. Gakpo off the left. Wirtz in the attacking midfield 10 role. And of course, Hugo Ekitike up top as the striker. So that's the team. On paper, look, no excuses. Should be going out there and beating Burnley with relative ease. So I've had to spring that off the screen. So score prediction, everyone. Score prediction time. I'm not going to make excuses. I think we should win. If we don't win, for me, it's a disgrace. It's not good enough. So I think we will win the game. As for my score prediction, will we keep a clean sheet? We did keep a clean sheet at Turf Moor, to be fair. Will we get one here? When was the last time we had a clean sheet? Arsenal away. I think we'll win, but I don't think it will be an easy game. I think it will be a tough afternoon. We will make it a tough afternoon. So I'm going to go with a Liverpool win. I'm going to go 2-0. I think we will win the game by 2-0. Nothing fancy, nothing extravagant, nothing amazing. I think we get the job done. 1-0 at half time. Second half, it's 1-0. A little bit nervy. They push on, and I think we score later on to make it 2-0. So I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory to Liverpool at home. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Give me your score prediction, and let me know what lineup you would go with tomorrow. Other than that, if you haven't enjoyed the match preview, drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. 13 subs away from 600. So if you can subscribe, much appreciated. Turn notifications on as well so you know whenever content drops. So like, subscribe, and comment, of course. Other than that, everyone, we've reached the end of the match preview. I will be back tomorrow with my match reaction. I might be doing a watch along as well, a live watch along for the game, depending on how I feel. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, everyone, I'm going to head off. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Remember, like, subscribe, and comment on your way out. I'm going to head off, everyone. Liverpool Profit, TLP out. Up the Reds. Let's get a victory tomorrow. Let's get a win. And yeah, I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.